a new tutorial for you guys. I'm going to be doing envelopes. So I've already included my Maxim header file, and I need to do all the other grunt work straight away. Envelopes, how we shape sounds, it's a type of amplitude modulation which we looked at last tutorial, and you can sort of trigger them like a one-shot. You know, you hit the key and then the synth comes on for a bit whilst you hold down the key, and you let go of the key, and then the sound disappears magically. So how does that happen? We have 4 parts of an envelope, or at least the envelope we're going to be looking at. We don't have, it's not necessarily, it doesn't have to be like that. We could use something called a line, and then we can sort of draw our own envelopes. It can have as many parts as we like, but anyway, we're going to use a simple envelope, and that has an attack, a decay, a sustain, and a release. Attack is like how long it takes to get to the maximum sound. Sustain is like how loud it is when you are at the peak of the sound, and then release is how long it takes for the sound to fade out. So, without further ado, let's begin. Void audio out, and that's float array of outputs, int buffer size, and int number channels. We need unassigned bugger size, sample rate, double frequency, current sample, and current volume, and then a double array. We need our oscillator. We need an envelope. And what else do we need? We need a mixer. Cool. Moving into the next part. Setup shiz. Okay, so I'm going to start off and I'm going to set our envelope like so. So you get the envelope object, and we call a member method called attack to set the attack, and we'll set that, and this is in milliseconds. Set the decay. And do the same for every other part. Same of the envelope I was talking about earlier. Sample rate set, buffer size is set. So remember, sample rate is the quality of the sound, and buffer size is the length of the buffer that we're going to be filling up with sound and outputting to our sound card. Of background to our favourite colour, black. Is black a colour? I'm not sure it is. Sound stream Steam. So stream setup. Steam setup. And that's 2 outputs, 0 inputs. This, whatever this is, sample rate, buffer size, set the frequency to our net value. Gets our audio out method in our CPP file. Open parentheses. Right, loop through the buffer. Guess our current value, or sample, or frame, or whatever, and set it. So the the envelope object it has a member method, and it outputs a double, and it takes one input. Sorry, it takes 2 inputs. It takes the input sounds, and it also takes something called a trigger, and basically that number needs to be either 1 or 0. And if the number's 1, then the envelope will play. If the if the trigger is 0, then the envelope will stop. And so you do it like this. That's annoying because my computer's too slow to have the auto type, so it's can't get all the information that comes with it. Nonetheless, on we go. So it's current sample equals onv EDSR OSC. So now we're making the input. We're just going to make a sine wave and just have that as the input. Sine wave at frequency. And then the trigger, there's actually a member field in the envelope called trigger. I'm just going to use that. So it's already there. But you could use anything you wanted. It's arbitrary. Okay, cool. So then route this to again, mix. Mix dot stereo, open parentheses, current sample, outputs 0.5. Okay, cool. So now we need to make the trigger work. So I was thinking, anytime any key is pressed, the trigger equals 1, and it will start the envelope. And then if the key is released, then it will equal 0. The envelope will end. So we can do this. So env.trigger equals 1. env.trigger equals 0. And it really is as simple as that. Now I will map the attack so you can hear what this does. So of map just run that, so seal, let's do floor, of map x to 0 and of get width, and we want that to be between, I don't know, 1000, let's make that, so 500, half a second, and 4 seconds. So depending on where mouse X is, it will change the attack of the envelope, and you can do that for any of the values. Okay. Note that decay always has to be above 1 for this to work. Cool. Now we just wait for this to load, because my computer is super slow. Okay, I'm back. Got life. So nothing's happening, okay? I'm not pressing any buttons yet, but if I hit space, you hear this, and now I'm going to let go, and that's the release kicking in. Now remember, I mapped mouse X to the attack time. So if I move it close to 0, it's going to be a lot quicker. And here I got to the start very quickly as compared to that, which takes a bit longer. That's how envelopes work. Okay, just amplitude modulation, really powerful, really useful. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great one.